I mean, talking about almost 500,000 feet of sales in my second year in the business.
Yeah, because you went Sumner and Everett.
Yes.
You sold 2 buildings there. And then also, like, at that time, 99 out of 100 of times when you get a special use type requirement or a call like that, it leads to nothing, right? And so, like, the fact that you knocked out 2 big sales with it was pretty impressive. Then you and I ended up selling those buildings again down the road.
And renewing them.
All right, welcome to our 5-Minute Friday. You have Bill Condon and Matt McGregor, and today's topic is going to be our most memorable deal in brokerage. We've done a lot of them.
Yes, we have.
So why don't you lead us off?
Yeah, well, we've done a lot of deals, and I've talked about this once. I'm actually going to shift to my second most memorable. So it was my second year in the business, and I took a sign call off 212th Business Park that was a lawyer that I tracked down, and I was like, why is this lawyer out canvassing, cold calling on buildings? Fast forward, I end up selling this guy. He ends up getting money, and he had this idea of storing high-end toys, so boats, RVs, inside of warehouses, because the per square foot price at the time, lease rates, believe it or not,
38
was like 36 cents.
Yeah.
And their average per square foot, if they were leasing to these high-end ones where they were storing it in heated warehouses for wealthy people, toys, was like 70 cents a foot. And so it was a no-brainer. So we end up going under contract with a 250,000 footer in Sumner and a 217,000 footer in Everett to do 2 deals, right? The day of closing, that morning, right, we get a letter, certified letter from the fire department in Sumner saying it's an illegal use.
Yeah.
Literally like 2 hours before funding. All panic breaks loose, right? And we end up driving down and meeting with the fire chief that morning and going, what are you talking? It was coincidental that letter received, but it delayed closing a day. And I thought the whole thing was going to fall apart, right?
Yeah.
And anyway, we ended up putting the deal back together. He wanted this vehicle stored a certain way where the gas tanks were either full or empty and these batteries were disconnected. And so we ended up negotiating the whole thing that day. He didn't realize the timeliness of that letter, but we thought the whole deal was going sideways over it. But that was one of my most memorable deals. I mean, talking about almost 500,000 feet of sales in my second year in the business.
Yeah, because you went Sumner and Everett.
Yes.
You sold 2 buildings there. And then also, like, at that time, 99 out of 100 of times when you get a special use type requirement or a call like that, it leads to nothing, right? And so, like, the fact that you knocked out 2 big sales with it was pretty impressive. Then you and I ended up selling those buildings again down the road.
And renewing them and releasing them, and
yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much
I'm
money
glad
we
you
made.
took that call at the time. We weren't even partners at the time.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, mine's easy from a timing standpoint and everything, and just the whole story with it. So I'm 6 to 8 months into the business, cold calling. I get this guy on the line, Pacific Crest Cabinets at the time.
Up on Aurora.
Pack Highway. He owned a building in Kent on Pack Highway. I was calling off a list. And this list just had all these businesses in Kent. I went down and got this huge Kent list and filled in the names. Anyway, had I known where the building actually was, I probably wouldn't have made the call because it was up on Pack Highway.
Not a great
I make
building.
the call, finally get through to Steve Bell, who was CEO, and he said, yeah, we're looking for a building to buy. And they were in 56,000 square feet. He's like, I need another 100. And I'm like, oh, that's a pretty big jump. He's like, so, can you help me find it? I'm working with a guy, kind of, but he was an office broker. So I went down, met with him, did a bunch of research, did a ton of work for him. And he ended up hiring me. And he ended up changing his mind and saying, instead of going and buying another 100,000 square foot building, I'm going to sell my building and then and build a huge 185,000 square foot building down in Sumner, which we ended up doing. And it was a big build to suit. I learned a ton throughout the process because we interviewed developers and picked a horse finally.
This was year one?
This was year one in the business. Yeah. And it was
a huge deal.
Yeah, a huge deal, right? I didn't have any money at the time. No. And so, but what I learned, obviously the size of the deal, and then obviously the relationship that I formed with Steve and his family.
I tried to steal him from you.
You tried to steal him as a client. But you know, Steve is a friend of mine today, and
Yes.
we've done multiple deals, helped him out on a lot of different things, which is the best part about this business is
Yes.
the deals are one thing, but the relationships matter more than anything else.
For
And
sure.
So that's what I appreciated most about that one.
That was a great deal, and I remember that deal. We were competitors, but that deal, like the one you mentioned, us getting more from later, same thing. I think we sold that building and then renewed them a couple of times, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And
We sold for them. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah. We have
yeah.
done
Deals. Other deals
and
were
believe-
created, but
yes.
I'm saying just in that building.
in that building. We've sold that building a couple times.
Yep.
Renewed them a couple times. Expanded him next door. Yeah, I mean, just a lot of stuff there.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.